Mm. Man, I don't know what happened, man. It just cut off on me. Sorry about that. I hope people can come back in. I'll give it a second. And I'm gonna look up some questions while people come back in. Sorry about that, man. The screen just went black on me. I ain't never had that happen. Got a question from John Witherspoon. I'm gonna give folks a couple of minutes. I'm gonna play this song and then I'll be right back. It's so funny being back on this planet, man. It's been such a long time. I'm coming back from Atlanta. It's just like, hey, oh, hey, yeah, hey, oh, yeah. I'm back from Atlanta. You see, I was born on earth, but I'm not from here. I am from the stars. I'm not talking boulevard. Oh, no, no. I say I was born on earth, but I'm not from here. I am from the stars. I'm not talking boulevard. Oh, no. You say I am from the sky. I am from the moon side. We was born with our creator, and then we fell. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh yes, we fell. Yes, we fell. Oh yes, we fell. Oh my God. Listen up, and all is mine, all is mine, all is mine. All is mine. You see, we can make a heaven. You know why? We made our hell. Just look around. Hey, can't you tell? Okay, be careful what you say, and be careful how you move, and be careful what you say. Oh, these words are spells. Oh my God. They cast the spells. And listen well. We are not the flesh. It's life after death. This thing right here is just a test. Oh my. Oh my. Reconnect. The holy breath. Stars on the talking boulevard. Oh no, no. You see, I was born on earth, but I'm not from here. I am from the stars on the talking boulevard. Oh no, no. I am from the sky, the sun and most high. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh my. Oh my. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Hey. 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 All right. Um, man, that stunk, man. I'm sorry that they cut off like that. I still have um I still have the other one open so I can see the questions. Have the other one open. I still had the other one open, so I'm gonna answer some of these questions, and then I'll get to this one because it was a bunch of questions, and I don't want to disrespect um, or just dismiss all the questions that was asked. So I'm gonna get to the new questions in a sec, but let me try to run through a bunch of these. John Witherspoon, and peace to all the people that was here, man.
Open 642. Man, everybody was in here. Appreciate it. But let me get to it. John Witherspoon. Why isn't Noble Drew Ali and our national flag in the background? Um, because it isn't right now. You know what I mean? This is my little set, my situation. I got the One Piece flag. If you know about Luffy son and them, then you know about Luffy son. If you don't, then that's your fault. You need to get up on game. But this is all you need to know. Seven's up. Noble Drew Ali, you know what it is. You know what I'm putting down. Come on now, let's not play games. And Martin Luther King is up there, man, because he was standing on that love. He has a great speech. Matter of fact, let me get that in the let me just put that in the chat for you. So you can check that out for yourself. It's a very good speech. It may teach you something. Bam. Check that out, John Witherspoon, if you get a chance. The speech is called Love Your Enemies, November 17th, 1957. Why would I say that? What would you mean, love your enemies, Rami? What you mean? Well, let me show you. The Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood of the East. A very powerful book. And in it, I got my notes. Chapter 7. Here we go. Chapter 7, line 8. He is the greater man who conquers self than he who kills 1,000 men in war. I'm going to read that one more time. He is the greater man who conquers self, and conquering self would be conquering your lower self, than he who kills 1,000 men in war. So before you go out trying to kill thousands of people, how about you conquer yourself? Going on a little bit further, it says, return to him who does you wrong your purest love, and he will cease from doing wrong, for love will purify the heart of him who is beloved as truly as it purifies the heart of him who loves. In that speech, Love Your Enemies by Martin Luther King the Great, it goes into detail on how you can actually love your enemy or love the person that's doing you wrong. In short, it's to recognize the God within them, even if they are hating you, even if they're doing things that is wrong and disrespectful to you, even if they're attacking you. If you can find that little piece of God that is within them and love that, oh my goodness, you can see a transformation, because love is the key. Word to Noble Drew Ali. All right? So that's why. And I just don't have a picture of Noble Drew Ali that I want to put up there yet. But you know what it is. I also have some sisters over there. I didn't see nobody mentioning that either. I got some things from Egypt. A Kemet up there. Love You More. Tibet. You know what I mean? Buddha in situations. Got my little unk up here too. I got different things up here. So, this is how I'm rocking. Tariq Bey, what about Act 2 and 3? Tariq Bey, Act 2 and 3. What is Tariq Bey talking about, Act 2 and 3? Act 2 and 3 of the Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Hey now, that's some laws. That is some structure, some governmental structure, even though Jamhal was saying that there is none. Noble Drew Ali laid it down. Let's read it. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Excuse me. Friday is our holy day of rest, because Friday is the first day man was formed in flesh. On Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or falsely accuse his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Now, Jamhal accused me of being COINTELPRO. Does he have any documentation on that? Does he have any evidence of that? If so, please put it forth. Because in this book here, Administrative Functions has a whole page, violation charges and accusations. Any charges or accusations made by any member directed toward another must be submitted in written form and addressed before the grand body. This must be done by the accusing party and be done in the presence of the accused. This is justice, to assure that the accused has a just review and a fair opportunity to face and question the accuser. If the charge or accusation is proven to be invalid, the one making the accusation must make a public and written apology to the accused sister or brother. We are for peace, therefore the rights of all members must be preserved. Act 5, while we're here. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Implying, inferring, having weapons, and saying that this is how we're going to get our freedom, that's causing confusion. Someone could take that as you wanting to overthrow the government. And that is not what Moors are about. That's not what Moorish Americans are about. This is Act 5 of the Divine Constitution. Let me drop it in the chat so you can read it for yourself. Mom, right there. Let me keep scrolling down. Let me keep scrolling down. Third Eye Chai, you watch One Piece? Yes, I do. Yes, I do watch One Piece. Amazing show. Let's see. Any other questions? John Witherspoon again. When the modern Europeans protect themselves with arms, nobody says nothing, huh? We're going to go to this here. This is chapter 47. Through sin and disobedience, every nation has suffered slavery due to the fact that they honor not the creed and principles of their forefathers. That is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774, and the word Negro, black, and color was given to the Asiatics of America who are Moorish descent, because they honored not the principles of their mother and father, and they strayed after the gods of Europe, whom they knew nothing of. Now, John Witherspoon, if you want to follow the example that Europeans have set and you want to be about war and guns and violence, then that's what you can be about. That's not what Moorish Americans are about, though. I hope I'm making myself clear. This is John Witherspoon. Let's see. King Dawood Asher. Guys with guns, I'm out. See, that can get people that are coming into this movement, if they see, oh, Moors, they flaunting guns and they showing, I don't want to be a part of that. We are for peace and not destruction. That's why in all my videos, you don't see me showing weapons off. You don't see me implying that I'm going to use violence for freedom, because that's not how we get in freedom. Love instead of hate. Love instead of hate. Let's see, any other? Oh, and appreciate it. Dependent. King Dawood. Man, you know what? I'm gonna find. I forget the brother's name that creates this jewelry, but I'll figure it out, and I will. I'm a see about if I can put a link in there for people to find to support, because it's a Moorish brother that does this. Beautiful piece. Let's see. Vein 3D. Who is the real domestic terrorist? Well, if you look up FBI, you can see what they have to say about it. I'll drop the link for you. Boom, there you go, right there. Domestic terrorism for the FBI's purposes is referenced in U.S. Code 18 U.S.C. 23315 and is defined as activities involving acts dangerous to human life, such as guns, being violent, yes, that are a violation of the criminal laws of the United States or of any state, appearing to be intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, to influence the policy of government by intimidation or coercion, or affect the conduct of a government by mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping, occurring primarily within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States. We talk about the threat these actors pose as domestic terrorism threats, but each of FBI's threat categories described in further detail below use the words violent extremism because the underlying ideology itself and the advocacy of such beliefs is not prohibited by U.S. law. And you can read further. But even if you appear, if you're trying to intimidate, just from the appearance, when you say, yeah, we got guns, yeah, this is how we need to get freedom, that is what it's defined as. But don't believe me. You can see it for yourself. The fruit of Jahmal's actions landed him being investigated, called, and arrested. I'm teaching what Noble Dry Lee taught. I haven't been contacted by the FBI. Nobody's busted through my door and arrested me and my children or anybody that I was with. I wasn't charged with nothing. What's the difference? Well, I'm following Noble Dry Lee's teaching. Love instead of hate. Jahmal and the Rise of the Moors, they're doing their own thing. And they're using violence and the threat of violence and guns to intimidate. And you see the consequences of his actions. And this is a warning further to Moorish Americans. Do not follow that example. Let me hurry up because I ain't got too much more time. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see any other questions. Preach honor to all I encounter. That's a great question. Eon El Tempo. Have y'all sat down and spoken on a one-to-one about this? Let me make this very clear. I do not wish to associate, talk to, sit near, be on the phone, exchange any more emails at all with that Jahmal person. Why? Because he is dangerous. I don't want to be associated in any way with anybody like that. This using violence and having guns and implying and inferring that is how we need to be as Moors or Moorish Americans. I want there to be a very clear distinction that I have nothing to do with anybody that's on that wave. So that when those people get investigated, get arrested, get charged with domestic terrorism, for example, that will be their karma and their consequences for their actions. I'm going to continue on this path, loving instead of hating. So no, I'm not going to be sitting down or getting on the phone with him. No, sir. I already had an email exchange, and you can see the other videos where I spoke about that. And I told him we need to address the Supreme Grand Council. And you know what he did? He said, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. Do your own thing. Just don't associate Moorish Americans and cause confusion within this movement. And that's what these videos are for. To make sure that we're clear, make sure that Moors and other people around the world are clear on the distinction between people that are true Moors, true Moorish Americans, ones that represent love, true peace, freedom, and justice, and them other people is them other people. I commented King Dawood, I commented a while ago, with what they preach, they will end up in prison. I agree. Okay, that's all. Oh, and there's some people in the chat being very disrespectful to Vein 3D. Very disrespectful. And that's the fruit of what you get when you follow people like Jamhal. You get followers and other people that support them that are also disrespectful for no reason. I don't even know you. You don't have to call me all those disrespectful names. You don't know me. Please stop doing that. That's not helpful. That's not loving. Let me see. Any other questions here? Brian Jefferson, where can I find the track? It's called Holy Breath by Cliff Solo, CLIF SOULO. If you just, it's on all the little streaming platforms if you want to listen to it. Brian Jefferson. I don't think he is saying having arms for your protection is hate, but I don't think he's saying having arms for your protection, but not to give the perception of wanting to, with ill intent, to overthrow a system. Yes. Everything got to make logical sense at the end of the day. We just talking logic. We keeping it simple. We keeping it real, baby. Don't be foolish. Don't get set up on no dummy mission. Don't get sent off on no dummy mission following somebody that's telling you that, yeah, we need a Moorish militia. Don't follow them people. Why? Because it's going to land you in jail. It's going to land you investigated by the FBI and all sorts of other people. It's not what we're supposed to be teaching. We got so much other stuff that we could focus on, that anyone that's willing and deciding, yeah, I want to focus on getting guns to kill people, you should stay away from those people. It's a warning. If you're intelligent, if you're smart, if you care about yourself and your people, then I would suggest you stay very far away from anybody that's pushing that line, because they will get you caught up. This is me keeping it real with you. These other people, they may play games or they want to stay silent. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that to be on my conscience. No, sir. No, ma'am. We are here to uplift fallen humanity, not to keep us down in the dumps, not to keep us locked up, not to keep us oppressed, not to get us murdered. That's not what this mission is about. And it's not about trying to follow some delusional person that thinks that they are Marcus Garvey or the next Noble Drew Ali. That's not what this movement is about either. We got a prophet. His name is Noble Drew Ali. Follow what he said. Not Jamhal, these other characters that's using and implying we need violence. That's if you want to be representing love, true peace, freedom, and justice. You want to be a true Moor. You want to be a Moorish American. If that's what you standing on, follow the teachings. If that's not what you standing on, hey, man, do your thing that way. That way. You feel me? Oh yeah, the vein. Let me Vein 3D, I see the disrespect. Let me help you out. God bless. Thank you. Any other questions before I close out? Ah, Mishigama Moores, watch the Black Panther Party. I'm glad you brought that up. It almost slipped my mind. There is a beautiful movie coming out called Judas and the Black Messiah, and it's about Fred Hampton. Let me ask you a question. Was Fred Hampton, was he talking about violence? Hmm. And guess what? Guess what happened to Fred Hampton? He was set up by someone that looked just like him, someone that was working with the FBI and got him murdered. You watch the movie and you see what happened. Then we could talk about it. You study history and see what happened. Look up Bunchy Carter. See what happened to the Black Panthers. It's not a game. It's not a game. And you follow or you get behind somebody that's not thinking logically, and they'll get you set up and killed or put in jail or your family hurt. And then at the end, you won't have nobody to blame but yourself. Because instead of listening to what Noble Drew Ali, a universal prophet, says, you wanted to go behind and follow some dude that doesn't even know what they talking about. Is doing their own thing. I'm warning our people, don't do that. Don't follow those people. For your own safety and well-being. I'm not charged. I'm not trying to get your money. I'm saying for your protection. For your family's sake. For your family's protection. For the people that's always talking about how can we protect ourselves. Staying away from people like that. That's how. D Calico, it's never what you do, but it's how it's done. Hello. Hello. Somebody talk to him. Somebody talk to him. Somebody talk to him now. I don't see any. I don't see any other question. Let me see. Let me see any other questions. No. Let's see here. I'm hiding this person E Irk L. You're hiding in private. It's a difference. I'm hiding in private. Oh, okay. If you believe that, you could believe that. You could believe that. That's your opinion, man. I'm not here to fight your opinion. Believe what you believe, man. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, Richard Amun Rabe. I need information your site where I can get the fares. Actually, um, this one was made by Baron Baron Hollywood's hat maker, and I actually got this as a gift um, from my brother, man. You know what I mean? An amazing dude, amazing dude. He gifted this to me. So check out Baron Baron Hollywood's hat maker. That's where I got this one from, and I happen to like it. It's pretty solid if I do say so myself. You feel me? Um, let's see. Anything else? Makes sense to me. Kushu burner. Um, let's see. Let's see. Jamhal is a prophet. No, sir. Not in my opinion. I believe he is a. Um, well, actually, let me not say that. I don't believe that Jamhal is a prophet. I know Noble Drew Ali is a universal prophet. That's what I know. Um, I'll address this last thing with John Witherspoon. Put the national flag up because you got looking stateless in the live stream. No, no. I have One Piece up there because one, I love the show, and two, it's so that later when my son is watching these videos, he'll know that I was thinking about him. So that's something for me and my son. No disrespect. And if you think that what makes is stateless or not is having a flag up on the wall, then you are severely lost, man. Stop thinking about the symbolism. It's not about the feds. It's not about the flag. It's not about this necklace. Who are you on the inside? It's not about the IDs and having a nationality card. What do you stand on in real life? What are the principles that you act on and that you represent and truly be? That's what it really is about. If you're caught up in the symbolism of things, then you miss the point. Understand? Let me close out with this, man. Man. Today was a beautiful day, man, I must say. I'm feeling amazing. I'm glad that I did this here. I feel humbly that I made clear the distinction between someone that is following Noble Drew Ali and people that are doing their own thing. But just to further bring home the point. Chapter 4, hey, this book is falling apart on me. Chapter 4 here, Yehoshua talks with the rabbi of the Ten Commands. Okay? Oh, man. One morning, I just read from the beginning. Now, Rabbi Badachia of Nazareth and Yehoshua, the son of Yusuf and Mary, met. The rabbi was aid in teaching the son. One morning after service in the temple, Yehoshua, he sat in silent thought, and the rabbi said to Yehoshua, which is the greatest of the Ten Commands? Now, Yehoshua is Jesus or Isa, if you wasn't aware. And Yehoshua said, I do not see the greatest of the Ten Commands. I see a cord that runs through all the Ten Commands, that binds them fast and makes them one. This cord is love, and it belongs to every word of all the Ten Commands. See, if one is full of love, he can do nothing else but worship Allah, for Allah is love. Talk to me now. Talk to me now. My goodness. I need a sip of that water. The clean water. Let me go ahead and close out. If one is full of love, he can do nothing else but worship Allah, for Allah is love. If one is full of love, he cannot kill. Boom. He cannot falsely testify. He cannot covet. He can do nothing but honor Allah and man. If one is full of love, he does not need commands of any kind. And the Rabbi Badachia said, your words are seasoned with the salt of wisdom that is from above. Who is the teacher that opened up this truth to you? And Yehoshua said, I do not know any teacher opened up this truth for me. It seems to me that the truth was never shut, that it was always opened up. For the truth is one and it is everywhere. Oh my God. Oh my God. But we're going to bring it back before I close out. We're going to bring it back here. We're going to bring it back here because we got to do it. We got to do it. We got to do it. Dear readers, do not falsely use these lessons. They are for good, peace, and happiness, and for all those that love Jesus. As we get into the lessons, as we get into the lessons now, the higher self, there are two selves, the higher self and the lower self. The higher self is human spirit clothed with soul, made in the form of Allah. The lower self, the carnal self, the body of desires, is a reflection of the higher self, distorted by the murky ethers of the flesh. The higher self is the embodiment of truth. The lower self is truth reversed, and so it is falsehood manifest. The higher self is justice, mercy, love, and right. The lower self is what the higher self is not. The lower self breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murders, theft, and everything that harms. Close out with one more. We close out with one more now. Gotta bring it home for you. Got to bring it home for you. Where we at with it? I know it's a line that I wanted to. Oh, I should have wrote it down. Can I find it? Oh, goodness. Can I find it? If man... Yes. Here we go. Now men, this is chapter 10. Now men and birds and beasts and creepy things are deities made flesh. How dare you kill anything? It is cruelty that makes the world awry. And when men have learned that when they harm a living thing, they harm themselves, they surely will not kill nor cause a thing that Allah has made to suffer pain. Whew. My goodness. I think we're going to close there. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Last thing. Chapter 8. Oh, I almost closed it too early. Come on now. We got to close it out with this one. And Jesus said, the holy breath cannot be seen with mortal eyes, nor can man see the spirit of the Holy One. But in their image man was made, and he who looks into the face of man looks at the image of Allah who speaks within. And when man honors man, he honors Allah. And what man does for man, he does for Allah. And you must bear in mind that when man harms in thought or word or deed another man, he does a wrong to Allah. When man, bear in mind this, when man harms in thought or word or deed, another man, he does a wrong to Allah. Now, if you killing other people, if you being violent to other people, you are doing a wrong to Allah. Don't do that. That's not what we about. We about love instead of hate. And just so you know, this is what the prophet said. It is the great God Allah alone that guides the destiny of this divine and national movement. Hello. Talk to him. Not Rami. I'm not guiding this movement. Not Jamhal and the Rise of the Moors and them people with the guns. They ain't guiding this movement. Allah. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, 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 yeah. My goodness, my goodness. In closing, love instead of hate. That is the way. I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate the people that's listening. Most importantly, study what Noble Drew Ali said. Follow the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. Don't get caught up following these other people with the guns and threatening and inferring that we need violence to get free. That ain't the way. That's hateful. That's doing a wrong to Allah. Don't be like that. Be like Noble Drew Ali. Love instead of hate. My goodness. We close out with the prayer. We get up out of here. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Mother of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation, by night and by day, through our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and all our prophets. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Much love to you. Keep shining. And remember, brothers and sisters, Moorish Americans, love is the key. Love is the way. Love instead of hate. Oh my God. Peace and love, y'all. I'm out.